There's one interesting point. I was thinking about this last night. Obviously, we had the Nuremberg trials after the war, but we didn't go after the Hitler Youth.
Check it out. So Richard Madeley, a man who thinks I'm Alan Partridge, is a boring documentary about the UK's average man. A guy who would show up looking for a job at the opening of a room, today hit the trending page on Twitter for his comments about certain 1930s, 40s German kids with very stiff right arms and a very odd hatred for freshly squeezed fruit. What do you mean, brother? I thought you said they hated you. Oh. But anyway, today on Good Morning Britain, a meeting of the UK's greatest minds, Susanna Reid and Richard, aka Big Dicky Madeley, happened, and we were all fortunate enough to witness the greatest display of TV presenting brilliance since Steve Harvey hosted Miss Universe.
Miss Universe 2015 is Colombia. I have to apologize. Miss Universe 2015 is Philippines.
But yeah, Richard Madeley has become a bit of a figure of fun in recent years for his uncanny and unwitting resemblance to the Steve Coogan comedy character, TV presenting loser, Alan Partridge.
You look at the beach and you think, pretty, lovely golden sand, that's safe.
Yeah.
Not in certain parts of the country. Quicksand, and a horrible way to die. Having knocked someone out, which means you've given them brain damage, that's medically speaking. Do you make a lot of money? Are you rich?
Are you rich?
Yeah. Are you? Used to be. You used to see a guy beaten to a pulp, basically. All right, then let's move on. Here's Lucy with her first look at today's weather, and this morning she's up on the ITV roof.
In fact, they are so similar that scrolling through the internet you can find any number of Madeley or Partridge quizzes which compare quotes from the two because they're so flipping similar. Anyway, what did Richard, aka Sizable Dick Madeley, say to incur the ridicule of the internet for the 47,528th time? Well, why don't we take a look at the clip? Check it out.
On Twitter, he says, look, at the age she left, making a mistake is getting a tattoo that you regret or a one-night stand, but deliberately joining a terrorist organisation that loathes and hates the country you come from, and all the effort involved in getting there seems to tell a clear story to me. We've had lots and lots of messages like that. There's one interesting point. I was thinking about this last night. Obviously, we had the Nuremberg trials after the war, and we hanged quite a few Nazis and imprisoned a lot of others, and we let them out eventually. But we didn't go after the Hitler Youth. As far as I'm aware, we didn't go after the Hitler Youth. We only went after adults who'd served in the Hitler regime, and that's something to reflect on, I think.
Now, I'm not being funny here, and I am going to address the main point of what he was saying in a minute. But as he was saying...
There's one interesting point. I was thinking about this last night.
I can't help but conjure up this nauseating image of Richard Madeley's bedroom at night time, a dingy American love motel vibe with red wallpaper, a waterbed shaped like a heart, and lava lamps everywhere, when just as Judy finishes wiping the last bit of shaving foam off her back, she pops her teeth into a glass of lukewarm water on a bedside table and grunts, "Good night, Dick," before Richard shudders, then lies back and begins to lose himself in comforting thoughts of Nazi youth swinging in the breeze as they dangle like blonde anti-Semitic acorns from the branches of a German oak tree, and he thinks to himself, that'll make a fun little segue into a riveting discussion about underage ISIS bride Shamima Begum on tomorrow morning's show. What was he thinking, fam? I ain't even had my breakfast yet, and I got to listen to Richard King Dicky Madeley banging on about the Hitler Youth, bruv. Who sits in bed pondering whether German children should have received capital punishment 80 years ago, bro? I'm very sorry, Hans. I know you're expecting to go to the schools, but instead tomorrow we go to The Hague, where you will be tried under the Geneva Convention. Now, as for the actual point that Richard Madeley's trying to make here, which is that Shamima Begum, a woman who when she was 15 years old was groomed by a 27-year-old Dutchman into joining ISIS, bears some similarity to the fact that German children during the 1930s and 40s were also groomed, but this time by the state, into holding views which could cause damage to the world. But the similarities end there, because the fact is German children didn't have a choice. People like Shamima Begum, whilst I think it's an outrage that the state have taken away her passport, considering the fact that she was born here, did have a choice. She began getting into all that ISIS business before she even met this guy, and she only met him through her interest in that organisation. It's not like the state was putting pressure on her and teaching her that the only way forward is via ISIS, whereas German German kids had no choice. Their entire school curriculum was built around the Nazi party. Now I do understand that when Muslim kids are radicalized, they're done so due to certain things that are happening in the Middle East which are bang out of order, and for balance a lot of white English kids are being radicalized by the intensely racist and far-right rhetoric we're seeing in this country right now, which is in fact being endorsed by our government. But the fact is, you still have a choice in life to do things the right way or the wrong way. Now again, this is a complicated situation because she was only 15 years old at the time she joined up, and I do think there should be certain allowances made based on that fact. But at the same time, once you join an organisation like that, you do kind of know that your life is going to become a shit show afterwards, fam. But anyway, all seriousness aside, Richard Madeley today showed us all why he's become the real life Alan Partridge.
So the last time you saw Dolly Parton, you smelt her because she smelt gorgeous.
I smelt her before I saw her.
And I, for one, I'm happy about that because it's fucking hilarious, mate. But anyway, I just want to remind you that tonight I'm going to be doing a live version of Rappers with Self-Awareness Issues exclusively for my patrons on Patreon. So if you want to take part in that, you can come on the show or you can watch live and join the chat on YouTube. And if you want to do that, why not head down to the description box below and you can sign up to my Patreon right now for less than the price of a cup of coffee or a massive orange dildo. So yeah, if you're interested in that, go and do that right now. If not, go and buy a massive orange dildo. But yeah, I guess that about does it for today. If you've enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Smash that like button and turn notifications on by clicking that notification bell so you can see more videos like this one. So yeah, once again, thank you all for watching and I'll see you next time. And